Um, Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Well,
Can you all hear me? Well, if you can hear me, just wave. Just wave so I will know you're hearing me. Okay. Okay, Sarah. All right. So I'm just going to mute you all now. So you go straight in. Okay. Beautiful. You're all welcome to this webinar on digital COVID-19 and digital safety for young people, organized by Youth Can Initiative. Youth Can Initiative is a platform for youth development focused on getting young leaders, young entrepreneurs, and social change makers, giving them a platform to um, increase their impact in the world. So I'd like to thank you all for signing in. I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors and our participants. So quickly, without any further ado, I would just like to head on to the the agenda for the day. We have three amazing speakers who will be talking to us today. We have Sarah Asen. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen now so you see their bio. Yeah, we have Sarah Asen. Sarah Asen is a World Literacy Foundation ambassador from Bangladesh. She's completed a graduation on computer science and engineering based on pure merit, and so many beautiful accolades there. So we're going to be hearing from her. She's our first speaker for today. And next we have Ikemini William. Ikemini William is a cybersecurity professional expert in Nigeria. You can see his bio over here. Has lots of beautiful accolades. And then also we're going to be having Victor Idono. Victor Idono is the Director General of Cybersecurity Challenge Nigeria, and also the founder of what's the name of the company? Upgraded Era Solutions Limited. Upgraded Era Solutions is an ICT and cybersecurity solutions consultancy platform, which is one of the foremost here in Nigeria. So it's my privilege to welcome you all, and quickly, I'm just going to give the floor over to Sarah Asen. Thank you.
hi everybody. I'm Sarah Hassan, and I see Youth Can Initiative giving me a wonderful platform to share what I know, and I'm here to learn as well. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So I will just get started.
All right.
I would share my screen with you. But like I think I can share my screen for the slides.
Sarah, can you hear you?
Could you
Yes.
check settings, please? I can't seem to share the screen sharing.
Hello? Sarah,
Yeah,
can you hear you?
I need to share the screen. Good luck. So if you could just enable me to do that.
Sorry, come again. What did you say?
I need to share my screen
Your
for showing
screen.
the
Okay.
right.
Okay. Yep. So that's enabled. You can.
Okay. Yeah, do that. Yes. So, can everybody see that?
Yeah, we can see. You can see your screen.
Okay, so we will be talking about COVID-19 and digital safety for young people. I have two other speakers with me, so I will be giving you a slide talk through and maybe some ideas to go for a simpler idea about how to deal with it. I'd like to start with an introduction of who we know as Nelson Mandela. Safety and security don't just happen. They are the result of collective consensus and public investment. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in our society, a life free of violence and fear. We are going through a phase of COVID-19, and this is already very difficult for us. But along with health and digital safety, are you okay? Necessity knows no law. You're right. But knowing laws, being aware is necessary. The pandemic gave us a new direction, and we have shifted to completely new scenarios, which we see as the most common phases. We can see work from home, we see the social gatherings have moved into virtual conferences, we see the whole network, and also gaming has become very popular because the sports have stopped. And also, the e-commerce has been popular, but now due to restrictions of not going outside, we see that even more. Some stats for getting a bigger picture. If you can see at the left side, the young people have grown into more usage of internet, that is 16 to 24-year olds, with 58% of the total consumer of the internet, along with 50% of 25 to 34 years old, spending more time using social media. The data portal is the source, which analyzes all kinds of data and internet usage along with other platforms as well. So I would like to thank them. And with the growth of internet usage, we see the growth of crimes. Nowadays, in the pandemic, we see the top crimes being phishing, breach of sensitive information, ransomware. The other speakers will be talking through about this. Ransomware is something which you share from your personal desktop or device, but your information is used against you, it can be used against you. Malspam is a similar thing, and we see a very high spark in social crimes, such as cyberbullying, misinformation spread. So coming to deal with them, this is an example of what happened to World Health Organization. You can see in April 23rd, they faced an online leakage of security breach. 450 active WHO email addresses and passwords have leaked, which puts such a well-known organization at a risk. So you can imagine what happens to us where we are if the worldwide known organization can have such a risk. So the idea is, with great power comes great responsibility. We know from a Spider-Man quote. But do you feel to ask yourself, with great power comes great risk as well? The situation is scary, I know, but you have a lot of questions in your mind. Should we go against technology? Will I be safe online? Maybe I'm not a tech pro and I'm not used to cyber situations. What should I do? Am I safe online? Take a breath. You're not unsafe. In the 21st century, we cannot avoid technology, but can avoid being risked and putting others at risk. How? I'm coming into that. First of all, the activities that you do You can try to check your activities of what you're doing. Be kind to one another. Send love versus send hate. Try to be positive. Try to share the good things. Try to share good news with people. Choose smart and act smart. What might seem like a harmless joke to you might be hurtful to another person. Knowing about online safety is the first thing that we should be careful about. You know now, share with your friends. Privacy, you use the same password everywhere, or maybe the same tweaks everywhere in different platforms. Try to change your passwords and keep them a little bit less similar. That will help you. I'm a victim myself. I know it is very hard, but try to do that. Check. 3 steps before you're online, any online activity. Think before you accept something. It could be a new person, it could be a new website you're logging into. Think before accepting. Share with care. We see a trending hashtag now. If you care, you share smartly. Try to focus on what you're sharing. Check the sources, check the authenticity of what you're sharing, and then share if you think that is good for you. Send wisely. Avoid sending or sharing private information in the online. Whether you delete it or not, you never know. It might be there. And if you feel you are at risk, know when and where to seek help. The first step and the first support that you might get is your parents and your family and your friends. Share with them. You trust them. They trust you. They will help you. If you feel like this is a problem at school, talk to your school, talk to your teachers, mentors. They will reach out to you and maybe can help others be safe from what is happening to you. You're going to help everybody. You're going to be the hero of the school. If you're using multiple platforms and you face such incidents in social media, your platform does have such settings. Please check today if you don't know already. And there are government hotlines. For Bangladesh, I know it is 999. For your country, take a Google, check, search, get yourself informed. If your problem still persists, I suggest you reach out to an organization. Any organization which works with children will care about you. We know the international organizations already. They are UNICEF, British Council, the Children, Kids Helpline, and Childline are comparatively new, but they are not against you. They will help you. And if possible, check your local organizations, know what you're doing and where you are. That would be helpful for you.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
And thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sarah, for that wonderful session. Thank you so much. Okay, just go ahead and drop your comments, your questions. If you have questions for Sarah, you're free to drop your questions and comments just there.
Should we address the questions at the end, or do you want me to go through now?
No, we'll take the questions at the end.
Please keep your questions, keep asking. I will come back to them. Let's hear the other speakers.
All right, thank you very much. Next we have Mr. Ikemini William. Where is he? Ikemini William, where are you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Ikemini, you're up now, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think I'm good here.
All right.
Okay, apologies for having this. It is my network. I think, okay.
All right, you're up, you're up.
So digital safety, basically, Can you all see my screen?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. So what is digital safety? This means several things to several people. My name is Ekemini William, Nigerian Youth and Internet Governance Advocate and IT professional with interest in cybersecurity, internet governance, and ethical hacking. So just go straight to the business of the day. My presentation will be guided by these few questions. What does digital safety entail? Is there any need for digital safety? What is at stake? What are we protecting? Is digital safety measurable? Who should be responsible for digital safety? How can digital safety be achieved? Tools and practice in growing personal digital safety or security in digital space. So this would likely be our guide for the day.
Okay, we're with you.
Cybersecurity awareness will make you safer on your digital journey or on the internet. So I'd like to define cybersecurity or cybercrime the way the former IBM president, Ginni Rometty, puts it. Said, cybercrime is the greatest threat to every profession, every industry, every company in the world. So this is not just for some set of persons. And according to the Council of Europe Convention on Cybercrime, to which the United States is signatory, cybercrime is a wide range of malicious activities, including the illegal interception of data, interferences that comprises compromises network integrity, availability, and copyright infringement. If you want to go by the definitions of this, they are so broad. But what we are going to do here today, or what I'm going to do, is you look at what you do, your activities on your digital journey, and take what applies to you. So we're not going to bore ourselves with different definitions, what it means to one person, which may not mean the same thing to another person. And we all know anyone can be a victim. We have big players like Yahoo, LinkedIn, Adobe, and the rest of them. So if they can be a victim, who knows? So I'll start by a few scenarios. I either played close to last week, last month, I think between the period of January to now. Number one, first instance, in February 2020, I applied for a job on the platform. A few weeks later, seems the platform was compromised and data stolen. I got an email from a supposed recruiter. After carefully analyzing the email, I had doubt, but the email had to come from a trusted domain. I scheduled a call and was ready to find out who was behind this. The names on the email represented that of the HR and some other staff, which I looked up on several social media sites, but something was not just right. My suspicion started when plans were made for traveling. That's the first scenario. Another scenario, Emeka made his primary email public and protected his Google Apps account with second code, which some of us may call two-factor authentication, maybe SMS or something, that will be sent to his phone. So they got his phone to steal and have access to the code. There's another scenario. Another one, Joseph was always advised by an online supposed friend to create profiles and register on certain platforms, which he had compromised. With time, Joseph's friend was able to build a password list to try all digital accounts he could find belonging to Joseph. Another instance, Felix was always fond of creating accounts on digital platforms with the same password because he felt this was a very strong password. As you can see on the screen, AB19019 and the rest of them. That should be close to 10, 15 or thereabout digits, which he felt was very strong. But by January 23rd, 2020, his Instagram account was compromised, and in less than 24 hours, His Facebook account, email, Twitter, and LinkedIn account were all compromised or hijacked. Musa clicked on the malicious link while surfing the internet. Malware was installed on his device, which took over his files or encrypted them and asked that he send some Bitcoin to an address. My daughter will always make me unlock my phone at least 3 times a day for her, since I would not share the password with her. After about a week, she told me my password as she was putting the piece of letters together to form the password. Oh. So these are just a few scenarios, calls, recover these accounts and all of that. I had to just summarize them since our time is short. So create a picture of what it means to different people, or what different people pass through in their digital journey, or how some victims were caught up. So these are a few things, a few do's and don'ts I was able to put together in the simplest form, the simplest way. Do not use the same password across platforms. So like the other scenario where I said, scenario, okay, I think that was C, where one account was compromised and in less than 24 hours, all other accounts. Scenario D, where Felix's Facebook account was compromised and in less than 24 hours, all his social media accounts were compromised because he used the same password across all sites because he believed this was going to be a very strong password. Then we have use strong passwords, but do not use them across platforms. Use unique passwords for different platforms. Set alerts and check who is using your identity online. Try to crawl yourself. Type your name on search engines and see what comes up. Do not write down passwords. Do not share passwords. Update your mobile phone or device and email. Update your mobile device. That's be your mobile phone or your laptop or desktop. Then update your mobile number and email across platforms to have full control in case of a recovery. Maybe you forgot the password and you want to do recovery. So it's very important you update your mobile phone number, your email, and other recovery options you may have, depending on the platform you're using. Using the privilege of list, using the list privilege, principle of list privilege, grant only the needed permission. Why should an application or a software like a calculator be requesting for access to your messages, your calls, your location, and all of that? Check your password and emails against compromised database. Like if you're using Chrome browser and you navigate to Chrome settings, passwords check, you'll be able to check whether the passwords you're using that you saved, that's if you save your passwords on your Chrome browser, you're able to check if the password you saved on your browser is part of the passwords in databases that have been compromised or stolen from and then sold in the dark web and all of that. Or you can just check have I been impugned.com. Verify links before you navigate to the site, even when they are from trusted platforms. Try to use two-factor with an authenticator like Google Authenticator instead of SMS. But instead of not using anything, SMS, I think, comes into play. But I would prefer you use Google Authenticator and other ones. Always visit the Privacy and Settings tab to see options available for any platform or software you are using.
Awesome. Awesome.
For my personal research, know that
I think we're losing you.
Platforms for ads and put them out there. People click and submit.
Wow, your network
submit their CV, submit their data about you, and you expecting an interview or a callback or something. You just give your detail. Okay. Hello?
Yep, we're with you. We're with you. We lost you for a minute.
Okay. Okay. So I was talking about the lots of fake job vacancies that are out there, which people submit their personal data in search of a job or something, and then those data end up falling in the wrong hands. And then we have sharing too much information, which the previous speaker had already mentioned. Then we have this trust and logic on social media. Lots of persons, they get so emotional, they meet new friends online, on platforms, and they want to share everything about themselves. So I think I still have a few minutes so I can rush down to some tools that can be of help. Mr. Good luck. Do I still have a few minutes? I think 3 or thereabouts.
Yeah, you have 3 minutes.
Mr. Good luck.
Yes, you have 3 minutes.
Okay. So I like to visit this platform, virustotal.com.
So what? Okay, virustotal.com. Okay.
Virustotal.com.
Awesome.
So supposing someone sends you a link, you could do very well to just come here and try to paste and see. Let's try something like facebook.com. And then I search. This is taking a little while. Okay. And here's the result. So this tells me from
Okay.
Alien Vote says it's clean. Bitdefender says it's clean. Tigo says it's clean, and the rest of them, I can't have anyone saying you don't trust this. So you can as well paste your links when you get them from even they are from trusted friends or people. You can just paste them and try to check what it is, because so many persons recommend you don't click on the link, that you copy the link. You don't copy a link, click on the link directly, you type the link. So what if the link is actually a site that has been blacklisted? Then I'll quickly rush down to haveibeenpwned.com. I guess you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, haveibeenpwned.com. So I just have an email there, maybe a random email or something at gmail.com. And then I check. Have this email been registered on a platform, and that platform had their data stolen, maybe via a data breach, and then they had their data stolen, and then the data was just out there, maybe sold in the dark web or something. So you can come here to confirm and then know, oh, I registered on maybe Adobe, for example, or Canva or so website. And at some point there was a data breach. I think I need to give or deactivate my account, or probably change the password I used on that website, on that platform.
Okay.
And then there are lots of other tools which I would love to talk about during the question and answer session.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very
much for the opportunity to learn from you as well.
Thank you. Okay, we just heard from Kemi William. We're going next to our next speaker, Mr. Victor Idono from SciSec, Nigeria. Mr. Victor, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a big privilege to have you here. So the floor is open to you, sir.
issues.
Yep, Mr. Victor, we're with you. Awesome, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my slide.
Okay. We can have your slide now.
All right. All right, good evening. Evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I'm Victor. We don't know by name. Are you the one controlling the slide, please?
No, no. Just turn on video sharing on your PC.
The thing is, I'm connected on two devices, so I'm trying to bring my slide on the second device.
Okay, I don't think it's possible with a mobile phone.
I think if you could mail good luck, maybe you could share the slides and it could work.
If I could do what?
Maybe he could send the slides to you right now.
Now, first of all, a lot of the speakers we've had before now, they said awesome things about what cybersecurity is, especially Mr. Ekemini. So, talking about security.
Down.
Sorry, come again, sir. Your network is
We're
struggling.
talking about digital life, social media stations, as the case may be. What cybersecurity is. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Hello.
Can you hear me now? Is it
Yes.
better?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I'm going to be talking about what cybersecurity is and why there is a need for the youth, to be secure when it comes to the internet, their digital safety. Now, first of all, what is cybercrime? A lot of us have been exposed to cybercrime in a lot of ways via different activities on daily basis. Either we are messaging or communicating with our friends, colleagues, family, or we are trying to carry out an online transaction, do an online business, as the case may be. We are all exposed to all manner of cybercrime on daily basis by virtue of our digital life, by virtue of our devices that are connected to the internet on daily basis. So when we now talk about digital safety for the youth, for young people, I prefer calling them youth, it entails not just their personality, but also the data which they transmit on daily basis. which I also consider myself as one. So it talks about our day-to-day life, our interactions, our communications, and in moving forward, we now begin to realize that there exists cybercrime by virtue of our existence, by virtue of the activities that go on daily basis. So what is cybercrime? It is a well-organized and advanced technically perpetrated attack by attackers, which can be in form of disgruntled friends. It can be from unknown personalities, like the anonymous guys that are operating from the dark web. It can be from persons who are not just comfortable with the way or the rate at which your business is moving forward. They want to, carry out an attack just for personal benefit and the likes. So it has also adopted a view which is a quick entry and exit, and it has a long-term presence. So most times, some of these attacks, they don't happen overnight. Some takes a long while. Someone can come online and act like he or she is your friend or family member, and young people fall prey to this. With the advent of social media these days, a lot of persons can do what we call they pick the profile of a relative and post to be as that relative, and they communicate with young people. And it can also be applicable when it comes to business. So it's applicable in business, in our day-to-day activities, in our interactions with friends. At times, if you're not careful, they now begin to, social engineer you as a youth. Social engineering has actually now become the major thing that is more rampant these days. There's a question we usually ask: what is the easiest way attackers gain access into, into their victims' accounts, or launch attack on their victims? From research, it's been identified that social engineering is one of the key ways via which attacks are carried out, and it can happen to anybody, no matter how technically advanced you are. It's just a matter of experience, time, and maybe by virtue of the resources you use per time. For example, you can receive an email purporting to be from your organization or where your clique of friends, as the case may be, without paying attention to as little detail as where an I is replaced with a 1 figure. You can actually get attacked through such. So next, who are the threat actors? When we talk about the threat actors, nobody is safe when it comes to cybersecurity. Our digital lives, our devices. So mind you, let's not also forget that our devices are still part of our digital life. So when we talk about our safety, it's not just about us now, even our devices. So if I have a personal picture, image, or data on any of my devices, it can be my phone, my tablet, a PC, my email account, maybe an online account to where I store my, even as little as your web browser. Our web browser carries our browsing history. Some saves our usernames, our passwords. Some saves our credit card payment credentials and all of that. So anybody having access to all of this is actually affecting our digital safety. So who are the threat actors? The threat actors, we have the World Trade, that is globalization activists. These are persons that they are not just targeting individuals. So we, the youths, are just a small layer of the segment they are targeting. Another aspect is the regional political activism. These are actually targeted towards political gains, political drive, driving home a political point. Then another one is organized crime, okay, where a group of persons converge to carry out a deliberate attack on an individual. It can be on an organization or a nation. It can also be a nation-state sponsored attack. So all of these are targeted towards the youth and other segments of the industry, which we are not exempted from. And this can actually create what we call, what can cause havoc when it comes, when we lose our data. So the next is general attacker threats, illegal information brokers, freelance agents, trusted third parties. There are times we may trust people and by virtue of the trust of we've imposed on them or we've given to them, they tend to misuse it. And whether we like it or yes, once an attack happens, it has happened. If someone proposed or proposed to tell you he or she is selling you an item online, you might trust the brand, you might trust the item based on it's looking legit. And the moment you make a transfer and all of a sudden you don't get to receive your item when it was supposed to be shipped, then something have gone wrong. So basically, digital safety for young people entails a lot of our day-to-day activities. And to that, I will now conclude with basic things. What are the attack threats we have when it comes to safety and as it pertains to youth? The number one on that list is malware. A lot of us carry out different activities on a daily basis with our phones, our tablets, our digital devices, as the case may be. All of these are prone to malware. Your PC is not safe, your mobile phone is not safe. As you're browsing sites, as you're navigating on day-to-day activities, as you're sending mails and receiving mails, all of these are transmitted via emails, via web links, via untrusted websites, as the case may be. So malware is one of them. Then we talk about phishing. So young persons with exposure and day-to-day interference with the internet, we are exposed to phishing attacks. So most of the time, we should be very, very conscious when it comes to phishing. That is, attacks that involve tricking email recipients into disclosing confidential info. So most times, for example, one can decide to launch. No. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
We lost you for a minute.
Most times, we now talk about, most times when a lot of us are, exchanging emails, we tend to mistake URLs, which is where phishing attacks grabs its stronghold. And most times it tricks the user or the recipient of such mails or the person that is supposed to interact with this system to trick them into getting themselves into something else or a different page, different from the legitimate site that they were actually supposed to be on. They will talk about spear phishing, which is more sophisticated. And in this case, someone can actually mimic your entire profile, download all your credentials from your online portfolio, and purport to act to be you. For example, a week back, major attack happened on Twitter, and a lot of major accounts on Twitter were hacked, and a link was posted for Bitcoin to be paid to a wallet, and a lot of persons fell to it. Why? And I can say to some extent, a lot of these people are young persons, are the youths whom are so interested presently in digital currency, trying to do Bitcoin, invest in cryptocurrency and the likes. Now they fall prey to that because they felt the account that is posting all of this info is trusted and reliable, meanwhile not knowing this account have been hacked. So we talk about also man in the middle attack. A lot of the youths also find it very, very interesting when it comes to free Wi-Fi. And free Wi-Fi is not something that is usually advised when it comes to when you want to transmit confidential data. I can always tell people you can use your free Wi-Fi at the airport or hotel or wherever. You can use it to watch videos. But when it comes to interacting with a site beyond exchanging of data, please move to a private network. Okay, so the list go on and on and on. I think I have a minute left or so.
Yes. Hello.
So the major one now is that I will just talk about briefly is IoT devices, attacks on IoT devices. Now, let's not also forget that attacks are shifting base from our lives, from the individual to our devices. When we talk about digital life, like I said earlier, it also includes our digital devices. Now, if attacks on IoT devices is targeted against us, it means with our mobile phone, someone do not need to ask us any question where we are going or where we've been before he or she can plot a map of all our activities and the locations we've visited within a period of time by simply launching an attack on our devices. Why? Our devices is having records, automated records of all our day-to-day interaction, our browser histories, the sites we're visiting, the locations we are going to, the places we are bookmarking and checking in and all of that. So by merely attacking IoT device, an attacker can actually gain access to what is personal to our day-to-day activity, which is also a breach on our confidential data, our personal data, and all of that. So in conclusion, digital safety for the youth is very, very important, and all youths are encouraged. As much as we are all tech savvy, let's not also be carried away with the technology advancements that are evolving on a daily basis. As they are coming up, let's at every point in time try as much as possible to look for the latest threats, safety measures as they are being publicized, or as cybersecurity awareness are happening, just the way we look for daily gist, daily entertainment gist, sports, and all of that. Let's also dedicate a section or a specific time frame of our lives to also look at our safety when it comes to using all of these technologies that are evolving on a daily basis, using all of these devices, using all of the services that are popping up on day-to-day basis. That way, we will be able to remain safe, secure, and let's not also forget that no system, no one is 100% secure. No matter how good you are, you can be attacked at any point in time. The primary thing is to ensure that you keep yourself updated on day-to-day basis. So let's not forget to ensure we get updates on softwares, applications, devices. As we are using them, as they are coming up, we should always keep with the trend to ensure that we remain digitally secure. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful exposition. Okay, so we're going straight into the question and answer segment. I think I've seen a couple of questions on the comments box. So you can go ahead and ask your questions. We have some time for that. Okay, I see a couple of you are sending your emails to the comments box. We're talking about digital safety here, so that's not advisable. We have a WhatsApp group from the emails we send to you. You can access them, and then you get to connect with the other participants. So quickly, does anybody have any question? Let's just know. Yeah, while we wait for questions, I would like to ask Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor, sir.
I'm with you.
Okay. So you talked about IoT devices. IoT. Yeah. What exactly do you mean by IoT devices for the sake of those who do not understand?
Okay, IoT stands for Internet of Things.
Internet of Things.
Internet of Things entails the technology where devices are now being connected to the internet. Whether you're using them directly, like for example, you're having an active interaction with your device, your mobile phone, your laptop when it's connected. Then when you're having your microwave connected to the internet with an IP address, your freezer, your fridge, your car, name it, all of this connected, your light, there are buildings now that are entirely powered A to Z with IP device enabled appliances. Your door, it means you can open your door, you can open your windows, do whatever you want to do remotely. From your office, you can off the lights in your apartment, you can shut the door, you can close the door, you can lock up everywhere. Why? All of these devices are connected to the internet. That is the Internet of Things. Now, if we now talk about attacks on Internet of Things, for example, your device, your mobile phone can tell you every of your location, whether your GPS is up or not. Google have access to that. Google have access to your GPS location, whether you put it on or you don't put it off. It has been tested and it has been identified that Google keeps a track of you. So when you talk about Internet of Things, talks about all of the devices that are connected to the internet via an IP address. And as youths, if any of this can be hacked, then we are not safe. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Internet of Things. Wow. So,
Okay, so a question for me coming up from Vishwamitra, as far as I suppose, from the chat box. So thank you for joining here. I am honored that you came to the webinar. So you were asking that you are a big disabled youth. You cannot hear and speak. You need the sign language interpreter. I personally have worked on natural language processing. So what I can do for you is hear you and then maybe interpret it to text, not the other way around. But feel free, I think there are numerous works done in this kind of area. Feel free to reach me. I'll request Good Luck to forward my information with him. And maybe we could find something for you. I try to type that down in the chat box for you as well, if you could not understand me. And thank you for reaching out.
yeah. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. I have another question for Mr. Kemi William. Mr. Kemi, are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. In a scenario where someone has been hacked or got his accounts compromised, are there any reputable institutions or any reputable means in which we could get recover our data, recover our accounts? Like, are there sites that you recommend that we can report to or something like that?
Okay. The question depends on a lot of factors.
Okay.
For example, if a Facebook account is hacked, I think Facebook allows you for 24 hours to be able to recover the account. And you have to send in some valid ID card and some other activities that tries to prove you were actually the owner of the account. But you're asking if there is a platform where we get to report if there is a breach. And then I also heard something like get back our data. Excuse me. From my own opinion, I would say no. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say a platform, website, let's say pin.com. Okay. They host, let's say, data of 4,000 Youth Alive members. Their name, their gender, their hobbies, lots of things about them. And someone's able to hack into that database and steal all the data, probably their passwords, and then probably sell it out there in the dark web, or just keep it for personal use. Just log into the account and play around. The person has stolen the database. So you can't get it back. The site owner can, through disaster recovery, get back their site working, do a lot of measures, and it's now left for you to change your password and take some other measures. But that data has got to the wrong hands. It has got to the wrong hands already. In most cases, you don't know who this person is or who this group would likely be. That's one. But there are platforms that you can report probably breach, and it also depends on the cyber laws of that particular location. There are platforms like the set where you can probably lay a complaint, or even some platforms, some sites, they would give room if you feel their platform has been compromised, maybe through bug bounty programs and all of that. But there's no place no central location where you just feel if a site is compromised, you just go and lay a complaint, because there are different laws and different rules, and there's so many things coming into play here.
Okay. Thank you very much. So prevention is better than cure, right?
Prevention is the best. Prevention is the best. I think should I steal about a few minutes from you and then say this? We are talking about cybersecurity, digital safety, and Niles Pelshak just made mention in the group, and I was watching when she asked the question why people are dropping their email on the chat section of this meeting. It has access to the database, the email list of email of everybody on this call, and the person sends the same message. For example, there's a job interview, job opportunity somewhere or something, and it just comes to everybody on the list. For example, some persons already have their job, so they won't be interested. Some persons don't, their business, they are entrepreneurs and all of that. But spear phishing is, I get a particular email, try to study you, try to build up a profile of what you like, and send targeted information. The kind of email I would send to Mr. A will be different from the kind of email I send to Mr. B. So right here, right now, we all have a common goal, and we are dropping our emails here. Supposing I pick, okay, some other person picks an email and sends you a message claiming to be Kemi William, who just finished speaking at social event, and you, oh, nice to meet you, and you see a link, and you click. That's it. I think that gives you a clear picture of what we're talking about here. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Okay, Sarah, you're up. Okay, we're talking of COVID-19 and digital safety. From what you shared with us, we'd like to know if there are any laid down frameworks already to protect young people in this particular time as regards COVID-19. Do you know of any, or would you like to share with us?
That's a really good question. I should have dug further. What I know is that the course have increased, but so far no shutdown yet. But I do see a lot of requests coming from companies to impose more on cybersecurity and authenticity certificates. So they have taken up a notch. But if you ask me if there is any shutting down, no, apparently not. Not in my country and not in Nigeria as well, as much as I've looked. But I might have to look more. That's the latest update.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we would like to hear from you, the audience. I'm going to be unmuting you now. If you have anything you'd like to contribute, anything you'd like to say while we round up. Anybody?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, let's hear.
I throw the question like a logic to some of them listening. Right now, the world is, should I say, kind of on a hold, on pause. Every attention is just like the theme of this webinar says, COVID-19, digital safety. So everybody's trying to get information about COVID-19. Is there a cure? Has also cure advanced from trial stage and all of that? So while we're trying to do this, we get information from different sources, which sometimes we don't get to verify where they are from, who sent them, and all of that. So I'd like one or two persons to share their experience, where they've been getting information about COVID-19. Do they get emails saying, hey, read here, or websites, or when they visit websites, they see links saying, read more about COVID-19 and all of that? Just like maybe one or two persons to share.
Anybody? We would love to hear you.
Hello? Anybody can share. And I give a practical example of what happened to me last week. An email from a trusted domain, from a trusted company, but it turns out that the company was compromised. So I got a legit email from a legit source, but for a different intent. So I want us, and then I also got this afternoon, I got a link from, so I want us to share. This is, everyone wants to read, wants to know the latest thing about COVID-19. I'm not hearing, this is the main reason for the discussion, digital safety, COVID-19 and all of that. We need to talk because like I said in my presentation,
Okay.
by my principle, nobody is completely secured or nobody cannot fall a victim. Anybody can fall a victim at any time if you don't take necessary precaution. So I would love to hear, sometimes you follow accounts on Twitter and you think they are verified accounts. So because of that, any information that comes from them is valid, is anything. A job interview, LinkedIn, anything, just share.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody is still waiting? Have some time.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Okay. Actually, what I want to share is really not related. It's related to COVID-19, the pandemic and everything, but not like I wanted to get news about the pandemic. It was a Netflix. There's this Netflix link someone sent to my school group chat, and they're like, Netflix is giving free this month view free subscription for I think was it like 3 months, and like you could watch free videos. And I saw the link and I was really excited about it. So I clicked on it only to find out that it's actually not legit, it's fake. So that was my experience. And I've also done it several times. Like I've clicked on links only to find out that it was fake. Several times. So.
Wow.
Mr. Victor.
Mr. Victor.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard when the previous speaker said something about malware. Sometimes it takes a malware splits of second to get installed. So for you, you got to discover that the link was not a good one or something, but probably within the split 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 1 minute, probably the deed was already been done or something like that. That's why we need to be careful. We need to be intentional. We really need to be involved in our own process. We really need to get involved.
So
I can't watch from a...
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Favor, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yep.
What did you say? Oh my God.
Hello. You're speaking now.
Hello. I would love to make a contribution.
Okay.
I was going to ask you something. So when you're using, work from home has shifted due to the pandemic. We sometimes see a lot of people using public internet for work purpose. I mean, have acknowledged it. So I was wondering how can you keep your information private while working on a public internet? Because not everybody has the financial capability or the system to have a private network maybe, though the internet is that picture back at us. So maybe somebody could tell me that. Could you hear me? Could people hear me?
So I didn't get that. We didn't get that. Just come again. Sorry.
Let me make it short. How do you save your private information while working in a public internet? Giving the example of work from home.
Wow.
If anybody could address that.
I didn't get that.
Okay, so we lost William and maybe Victor is here.
Mr. Victor.
Sir,
So Victor, sir, did you hear that?
can you please repeat?
Let me just write it down. I'll keep it short.
Can I get the question again, please?
I think you should use the
Okay,
comment
I
box.
think his network is.
Can you? Hello.
I think we should use the comment box and then.
Hello.
Let's drop it.
Okay, how to keep information private while working in public internet space.
Okay. Most times, there is this browser, Tor browser. What Tor browser do is it will try to encrypt your location, change a lot of things about you. So it will reroute your information like it's coming from a different location entirely. So if you're on a public Wi-Fi and you need to send something urgent, the most better way, if you can't set up a VPN on your device, you can download Tor browser and make use of a Tor browser. However, you should also be mindful of the kind of content or data you transmit. If you're using a Tor browser, to some extent, the level at which an attacker would carry out a man-in-the-middle attack, that is, sniff whatever you're transmitting between your device and the resource database or server, will be encrypted to a certain degree than the conventional browser you have on your mobile phone. So most times, it's preferable you use Tor browser when you're on a public Wi-Fi. That is, if at all you don't trust the network at all.
Makes a lot of sense. Should be
Tor
careful.
browser are.
The top, could you just drop the name on the comment so you can see the spelling?
All right, sure.
All right. Okay, we've seen another question. Ethical hacking versus testing. Please explain the difference. Ethical hacking. So who's going to take that?
Okay, ethical hacking. Can I?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right, ethical hacking entails, ethical hacking deals with hacking with authorization. Once there's no authorization, it is considered hacking and is no longer ethical. For instance, if you want to test how secure your social media accounts or your accounts in general, it may comprise of your email, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your whatever account, you may want to test how secure it is. And you're giving me authorization that hack me with any possible tool or any possible way you can. Let me see if I'm secure or not. For the fact that you're giving me an authorization, it is ethical. I'm hacking with, ethical, intent. It's not malicious intent. So whatever my findings, I'm going to let you know. Why testing? Most time, penetration testing, you're only testing the security of a network, of a system, of an IT infrastructure to see vulnerabilities. Mind you, ethical hacking, you're only trying to break into the system. Then when you're testing, you're checking for vulnerabilities existing in an IT infrastructure, in an IT system. So the difference basically is, let's say, the intent and the aim. Why an ethical hacking is gaining access using authorization, testing is checking for vulnerabilities, loopholes, to ensure that these things are identified and patched before an attacker comes into the picture. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I would like to the floor is still open to the participants. Anybody wants to say something?
To mention this question, I'd like to mention
Sorry, come again.
if we still have time.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's, in the absence of no question, I'd love to mention just a few tools if we still have a little time on our side.
Okay, we can do 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, so if most people feel when they delete something from a device, a laptop, a flash drive, thumbnail, and the rest of them, thumb drive, that it's completely wiped. And then they go ahead and hand it over to another person, or maybe dash it or just give it out or something. But most times you can get back this information with some free to sophisticated softwares. You can use them to get back this information. So if you must wipe, you should try to do what I would call a complete wipe, in quotes. So if you're using a Windows system, you can use something like VeraCrypt.
Okay. VeraCrypt.
Completely delete or erase the information from the master boot record. And then, still talking about encryption, VeraCrypt. I'll send that on the comment section, VeraCrypt. And if you want to use, if you want to communicate via more secure channels though, you can use Signal or Silent Phone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What exactly is a silent?
Hello.
Phone?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, just drop the name of those the tools you mentioned. Just drop them on the comments.
Okay.
So we can see the correct spelling.
Okay.
Can I just do a little addition to that?
Okay.
Now, when we talk about recovery using any kind of tool, no matter what the tool is, forensics is trying to recover deleted information, corrupted information, or data residing on a storage device. With relation to the example Mr. Ekemini just gave to us. So in basic, the way hard drives or storage devices operate is, if you format a device most times and all the time, it is not that you're actually deleting the data. No, it's like you're wiping the map, indicating the location to where those data are residing on that storage device. It is the map you're wiping. So in reality, those data are still intact in that device and nothing has happened to them yet. You've not wiped it, you've not deleted it, they are sitting there, residing there. What recovery tools do for you is to create an automated mapping, some sort of mapping to recover those tools. Why? You can no longer see them. The map indicating where the reside has been wiped off. So to actually wipe your data off any storage device, assuming your data, your storage device is 100 MB or 100 gig storage device, for you to wipe your data off it completely, it is advised you copy another 100 MB or 100 gig device data into that same device, okay? After you formatted, copy out another 100 gig file into the device. By doing so, it will automatically clear the old data and replace it with the new data, which is your presumed junk file now. I don't know if we understand.
Yes.
So that is a major way to format Right. So most times you can even recopy
more formatting, like if your laptop is infected.
already wiped out, and
Yeah,
there will be recovery tool that can actually bring it back. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, our time is far spent. I would like to say we've come to the end of this webinar. I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you that joined. I also want to make it known that the video is going to be available on our YouTube in a couple of days, I think by Saturday or Sunday. And then you can go there and check. We'll send you I'm just going to drop the link now in the chat room for that. I'm just going to drop the link now. And then you can feel free to refer back to the emails we sent earlier. And you see our WhatsApp platform. You can join from there. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mr. Kimini. Thank you, Mr. Victor. I can see, let me just call out some of our participants. I can see, yeah, I can see Coco Udo. I can see Chowdhury Bila. I can see Monster Robbie. I can see Favor Edwin. I can see Anya Candidates. Thank you very much for coming and have a nice day. Stay safe. Thank you.
I'd like to take a moment and I'd like to thank you, Effiong. It was an amazing experience and I see some known faces, so I will be happy to see and thank you so much for joining. I hope to